All right, we got another short one here. Just going to present you with an idea that I had, something that I thought of, another one of potentially using Bromantane, the nootropic, for nicotine withdrawals. So let's just get right in. Bromantane, what is it? It's commonly, some people refer to it as like a stimulant, or it's said to have stimulant like effects, but it's not a stimulant, and that's if we compare the characteristics of typical stimulants versus the characteristics of bromantane. Stimulants spike dopamine, releases dopamine and norepinephrine, so blocks the reuptake of it. It will give you definitely a hard crash. It can give you anxiety, jitteriness. You will get a spike in heart rate and blood pressure and vasoconstriction. However, the characteristics of bromantane, as you see, are much different. No vasoconstriction, no spike in heart rate or blood pressure, no anxiety, no jitteriness. It's more of an exponential slow rise in dopamine, and that's because it increases dopamine via the tyrosine hydroxylase enzyme. So, what is tyrosine hydroxylase? Well, it's the enzyme that turns, as you see, tyrosine to L-dopa. There we go, tyrosine hydroxylase. There it is, to L-dopa, and then L-dopa will turn into dopamine. So it works through that mechanism, and I showed this in my last video on nootropics and supplements for withdrawal. But that's pretty much just how it goes, and that's where tyrosine hydroxylase fits in. So it's said to upregulate tyrosine hydroxylase, and that is why it slowly will increase dopamine, increasing motivation and all those positive effects. So another stimulant, let's look at nicotine. The characteristics of nicotine are it binds to nicotinic acetylcholine receptors, releases acetylcholine, dopamine, and norepinephrine, increase in heart rate and blood pressure, vasoconstriction, and spikes dopamine. So it's a lot more closely related to a stimulant, obviously. And so withdrawal symptoms, here we go again. These are all of our withdrawal symptoms. I just want to go in the last video as well. I talked about how tyrosine really helped me. And this is someone who used to go through a pack of pouches in a single day, every day. Tyrosine helped me greatly. And that's because tyrosine, is going to turn into L-dopa and then dopamine. Then dopamine will go into norepinephrine. So even just taking tyrosine alone will massively help that. And, I'm not obviously saying you guys should do bromantane. I'm just talking about a theory / idea that I had. And obviously tyrosine helps, but now I was thinking like if you did bromantane or tyrosine and bromantane, they would both work through the same mechanism, so that would be synergistic, obviously. And here we have the benefits, and those benefits are going to correlate with almost every single withdrawal symptom, as you see. Like these are all the speculated or theorized benefits of bromantane, because obviously it's not studied to the degree of like being allowed for human consumption, but these are all the benefits, and that's how it's going to interact with the withdrawal symptoms. Everything highlighted in blue, you're going to get a big increase in, and it's going to be stronger than tyrosine, so that would suggest even more relief from withdrawal symptoms, hopefully making it way easier. So you can't fix the strong cravings, but I think it would help with cravings, but the cravings is also going to be from your nicotinic acetylcholine receptor upregulation, so you have to wait for those to return back to normal to fully be out of like the mud, but that's not going to be that bad. And if you're getting relief from all these symptoms, it should make it significantly easier. And I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty much all there is to it. I want to make another one on 9-MeBC, because that's another interesting nootropic that I also believe could do something very similar. But yeah, super quick. That's all I wanted to say pretty much. Is yeah, your Bromantane, dopamine upregulation, reduce anxiety, reduce irritability. You can take a look at it, but thank you and goodbye.